Okay, I'm at an airport, so if there's a little bit of background noise, I apologize. I'm not in a car. I'm not making my videos in an unsafe way, I hope. Now, here's what we're going to do. Right now, we've done the card part. This is, of course, an extension to the list box and multiple graph thing that I am so happy about because it's taken me so many years to get right, embarrassingly enough. Now, the only problem I don't like is these NAs on the bottom of the scale. And you can imagine if you had 20 things you want to graph, and maybe you just wanted to take one out of the 20, you'd have a whole bunch of NAs over here. So instead, what we can do is, it's kind of a manual process, I think. We can add a data label, and then when we get the data label, you have to click on it, and then, come on, see, click on it, and then put the equal sign into the list, the formula box rather, and then you go to the sample data and just take the first one. Okay, so this is going to be, remember this was our range, so we just take the first range. Suppose you could take the first range here, but you wouldn't want the NAs, I think. So let's make it bold, let's make it a little bit larger. And then now, so if I take gas and delete the oil, it will tell me I've got gas. If I take the logs and delete the gas, it'll show that we have logs. Then we can delete this. Now, I'll delete this, but now I don't know what's the history. I know normally you might use the history, so we can just add a data label here again. Now when you add a data label here, it just gives you all the things. So what we can do is format the data labels, take away the value. Whoops, oh no. Format the data labels. Oops. Excuse me for that. And we can value them from the cells. Now what I did is, while I was offline, I just added a little if statement for whether it's the history of the forecast. Now what happens here is it puts the history and the forecast together. We can take off the data labels, and then we can do the same thing here. We can add a data label. Click on this one and format the data label. Get a value from the cells, and we click OK, and we take away these things. Okay, so this might not be exactly what you want, but it shows what's the history in the forecast. Frankly, I don't know exactly how to move it back and forth, but it's good enough. Okay for me right now. Okay, now once we've done that, now let's add another one. And all we'll have to do is click again on this last label, add a data label, click on it maybe twice, put an equal sign, and this time just get the second data, whatever the second one is. And now let's add the third one.
Lütfen dikkat, Türk Hava Yolları TK 1683 sefer sayılı Köln uçağının çıkış kapısı 303B olarak değiştirilmiştir. Attention please, Turkish Airlines flight number TK 1683 to Köln boarding gate number has been changed to 303B.
I want to I hate this. Oops, see that I did that wrong. Add a data label and twice put an equal sign and put the sample data in. And just because I'm too lazy to switch the machine off, I'm going to do it with the last one.
Hayır şimdi yapımında dedi köylü şeyi değiştirdi dedi.
Equal sign and get the sample data. And that is enough of the issue with the list box. So the big thing with the list box, of course, is the rest of it you can do, but the list box, to get that macro working was the big deal. That was the big deal. And it's not so long or complicated, but you have to clear the cells and then put them in. And once you do that, you can do all sorts of things. So if you don't believe me, oh shoot. Come on. Now we have just gas and oil. Now we have just oil. Okay? I am so excited about this that I should stop really, but that's what we're doing. And this I'll call data labels.